familiar with the wall, the memorial wall, Vietnam Wall, the names that are on it, and I'm sure some of you have actually made the trip to see the wall. It consists of a list of names inscribed upon the wall, and they go on, and just quite a sight. He shared with me that he had purchased from the United States Mint some commemorative coins, and one of them had an image of the wall on it. And I want to give this to Miss Imodine. You won't be able to see it from your distance there, but maybe she can share it with you later. But the ubiquitous hand that's on the wall, it shows the hand reaching for the wall. The hand, if you read it covers the names, and on the left of the hand is Earl D. All, and next to it is Levine J. Banks, and then the next name in order is Oscar Barker Jr., and the hand is covering the name of Oscar Barker Jr. So I think the Lord has been with us today with the weather, and as I told Lieutenant Kelly, I don't believe in coincidences, but there is a special purpose behind that hand being over Specialist Barker's name on that wall, I do believe. At this time, I'm going to present this to Miss Imodine. If you would come up, ma'am. And we also will have something more for you in just a moment, but I want to now give you that. Thank you very much.
I'd also like to thank Congressman Barrow and his office for their help and support throughout this whole endeavor. And I'd like to say hello to Ms. Rice. It's a pleasure, ma'am. This is way too long in coming. The paperwork seems to have gotten lost in Vietnam, and it was a rare opportunity that allowed me to follow up, and I want to thank everyone that helped me, including the decorations and awards board of the 1st Cavalry Division, headed by General Henry W. Bernard, who was our commander in Vietnam. If you'll allow me just 1 minute to say something about Oscar. It goes without saying that he was a wonderful soldier and a soldier that I admired. Over the period of months that I knew him, he was exemplary. Over the battles in the Ia Drang, he was extraordinary. Over the 4 days that we fought at what I call Chupong Mountain and Ia Drang River, which is LZ X-Ray and LZ Albany today, I was proud to have him in my squad. The 2nd Squad of A Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Cavalry. Over the afternoon on which he died, on 2 occasions, one he told me I wasn't allowed to die and I had to get up and move it. And when he had the opportunity on at least 2 occasions to withdraw, he refused and insisted on staying to hold the position. No person more deserving of a Silver Star than Oscar Barker. But beyond his heroism, he was a good friend. He wasn't the funniest person, but he could always tell a good story, and he seemed to know the right moment to tell it. And it was an honor to serve with him, and it's a pleasure to be here today, and thank God.
It's a great honor for me to be here today to add my tribute to those that his colleagues have already paid Oscar Barker Jr. When I was little, my granny taught me that there are 5 learned professions: teaching, preaching, practicing law, practicing medicine, and taking up the colors, service in the military. Everybody might be called to do it, but not just anybody can do it. It is a learned profession. It's always been one of the great noble professions throughout time. The difference between serving in the military and these other professions is this. While all these other professions may call upon its practitioners to show a little moral courage from time to time, maybe treating somebody nobody else wants to treat, or representing somebody no one else wants to represent, the military is the only one of the learned professions where each and every one of its members might be called upon at a moment's notice to literally lay down his life for his fellow man. Jesus had something to say about this. He said, "Greater love hath no man than this, that he be willing to lay down his life for his friends." Now, we remember the Battle of LZ Albany for different reasons. Military historians remember it for the lessons that we took from that experience. What I know as a little shaver, I was just 10 years old at the time of the events we honor today. But both sides learned some hard and bitter lessons from that engagement. What we remember today about that engagement was the sacrifice of Specialist Fourth Oscar Barker, Jr. I can think of no more effective or compelling summary of the love he bore for his friends and the sacrifice that he made than to recite from y'all the pertinent details of the citation that accompanies the issuance of the award that we present today. This is what the United States Army has to say. For gallantry in action against the enemy on 17 November 1965 in Ia Drang Valley, Republic of South Vietnam, while serving as a rifleman in the 2nd Platoon, Company A, 2nd Battalion, 7th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division, Air Mobile. During the Battle of Landing Zone Albany, Specialist Barker was wounded early in the attack, but he refused to withdraw from the fight to tend to his wounds. Throughout the battle, he continuously exposed himself to intense enemy fire as he furiously fought the enemy. Specialist Barker defied heavy enemy attacks directed at him to lay down deadly automatic gunfire at the enemy, which allowed other soldiers to withdraw to safer positions where they could continue to fight. As enemy forces closed in, he refused directions to withdraw to a safer location and took charge by encouraging soldiers and physically assisting them in moving to safer locations from which to continue the fight, stopping to dress wounds and return fire along the way. Specialist Barker rallied his squad, inflicted heavy damage upon enemy forces, and saved the lives of several soldiers before he was mortally wounded. The gallantry displayed by Specialist 4 Barker was in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflects great credit upon himself, the 7th Cavalry, and the United States Army. Today, we're all in the representing business in different ways and different degrees. We represent our families, our churches, our schools. You're representing two very important categories of folks, not just those who died in the line of duty, but you're representing the families of all those who've suffered losses like that. Because whenever anyone falls in the line of duty, it leaves a large hole in the lives of a great many other people. It has been 45 years since his death and 5 years since the death of his widow, Ms. Barker. So thank you for representing the family, because believe it or not, you represent a great many other people today, and you allow us to honor all of them as we present to you the honors that were earned by your brother-in-law at the time of his death way back in 1965. And so, on behalf of the Commander-in-Chief, President of the United States, and a grateful nation, it gives me a great and solemn honor to present to you the third highest award for gallantry against the enemy by any member of the United States Army, the Silver Star, and the citation that accompanies it. Would you please come